It is said that if you want to build a legacy, you must live an extraordinary life. But what if I told you there are men who have done just that? Welcome to my channel, and today let's see the biography of one such great man, Nelson Mandela. Born on July 18, 1918, in a small village called Mvezo in South Africa, Mandela was the son of a chief. His mother, Noskani Fanny, was a royal concubine. His father, Henry, was a chief of a small South African tribe. Although his father died when he was only 2, his mother raised him with the help of his maternal grandparents. Mandela was a bright student, and after completing his early education at a local school, he went to a Methodist boarding school in the city of Fort Beaufort. After finishing his schooling, he went on to study law at the University of Fort Hare. However, he soon became involved in politics and was forced to leave the university before completing his degree. In 1944, he co-founded the African National Congress, ANC, which aimed to end the racial segregation and discrimination against the black population in South Africa. The whites of South Africa had formulated a rigid system of racial classification, and the non-white population was harshly treated. Not only were they denied basic human rights, they were also prohibited from voting or running for political office. Furthermore, they were not allowed to travel freely within the country and had to carry passes that restricted their movement. Blacks were also forced to live in separate areas away from white people and were not allowed to own land or property in white areas. Mandela's activism soon made him famous all over the world, and his efforts helped to raise awareness of the plight of blacks in South Africa. In 1961, he co-founded Umkhonto we Sizwe, MK, which was the armed wing of the ANC. MK's main objective was to sabotage government installations and infrastructure in order to force the white minority government to negotiate with the ANC. This led to a campaign of bombings and other acts of sabotage against government buildings, railway lines, power stations, and so on, as the conflict between MK and the South African government intensified. So did the crackdown on ANC members. On August 5, 1962, Mandela was arrested for leaving the country illegally in order to receive military training in Ethiopia. He was sentenced to life imprisonment and sent to Robben Island, a maximum security prison, where he spent the next 18 years of his life. Despite being imprisoned, Mandela did not give up his fight against apartheid. He became a global icon of resistance against racial discrimination and oppression, and inspired people all over the world to stand up for justice and equality. His courage and determination in the face of adversity made him an inspiration to millions. After 18 years in prison, Mandela was released on February 11, 1990. The following year, the government of South Africa took the first steps to dismantle apartheid, and negotiations between the ANC and the government led to the creation of a new constitution and the first multiracial elections in 1994. Mandela won the election and became the first president of South Africa in 1995. Under his leadership, the country adopted a policy of forgiveness and reconciliation rather than retribution. He established the Truth and Reconciliation Commission to investigate the abuses of apartheid and to promote healing between the different racial groups. During his presidency, he also worked to improve the lives of all South Africans by investing in education, healthcare, and other social services. But as time passed, Mandela's health began to deteriorate, and he resigned from public life in 2004. On December 5, 2013, he was admitted to a hospital near his home in Johannesburg with a lung infection. After 8 days of treatment, he was discharged and returned home. However, on June 28, 2013, he was readmitted to the hospital and never returned home. He died on December 5, 2013, at the age of 95. Even though he is no longer with us, his legacy continues to inspire people around the world to fight against injustice and inequality and to work towards a better future for all. We will always remember him as a great leader, a symbol of hope and an inspiration to us all. That's all for today. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like and subscribe. And if you know any interesting stories about famous people, do share them with us. Thanks for watching. See you next time.